All right. Let's get going, you guys. It's 4 o'clock. Yeah. I always like to start on time. We can screw around and do whatever later. Let's.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Let's start with. Hey, Mark. What do you got there with that poster? Is that something you need to tell us about? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I remember that. That's killer. Oh yeah.
It's old, but I thought maybe some kid or something.
Heck yeah. Yeah. If somebody wants this, you can have it. Otherwise, we'll put it up here. Thanks, Mark.
Oh, that's
all right. Well, let's get rolling. More people will come. Usually, we're all musicians, so we're typically late. Thank you for coming on time. So what we always do to start is the name game. Part of this is just getting to know other musicians. We have such a blessed scenario here because we can help each other and sound check each other and do all kinds of things. Give each other lessons in music and or judo or jiu-jitsu or flying planes or a lot of stuff. So real quick, we'll do name, hometown, and we used to do an interesting musical fact. Welcome, you guys. But let's do a musical fact that you think might help somebody else. Like Mark, I hope you talk about how to not blow speakers. But but mine. So I'm Ted Kennedy.
That's too deep. That's too.
That might take long. It might take too long. All right, fair enough. So what we'll do is I'll say mine, and then you say mine and yours, and then Bob, you say all of ours, and then you say. Just kidding. No. Just kidding. Just mine, and this will go on YouTube for the people that aren't here. So don't say anything that you wouldn't want your mom to see 10 years from now. Okay, so I'm Ted Kennedy. I'm from Crystal River, Florida, and my interesting musical or my tip for you guys is I'm really preaching to myself, but I've been playing for 30 years, very poorly, as Roger will point out, mostly. But I get a little better. But what has really happened, especially in the last few years, is I've really tried to learn and try to get better, and not just the boring parts that you guys are so good at, some of that, but mostly what would help me relate to crowds better? What would help me get people excited better? What songs are more important? Like, we don't like playing Brown Eyed Girl that much, but if they want to play Brown Eyed Girl, play Brown, and most of my learning has come from you guys. Jeff Connor is not here, but some of the old guys. And then YouTube University, it's unbelievably brilliant. I'm learning everything else on there. So I start following these guys that are about our level. They're not beginners and they're not, playing Wembley Stadium, but they're talking about unbelievably valuable points that have kind of skyrocketed my ability, not just to play where they can't fire me, but at, Steamers and AO Works and Cutthroat and 7800 and Caples Lake, etc. So I've really broadened my appeal. I think I'm basically the same guy, but now I'm doing more of the things that these other guys suggest, and that's one of them. You're here to entertain people. You're not here to play this obscure Counting Crows, in my case, song that is really fun for me and no one else cares about. So sorry, that was a long musical fact. But, all right, Johnny, how about you?
John Eldridge. Hometown is Grettinger, Iowa. And I've been playing professionally since I was about 20. I guess tip up here, if you're going to play a Counting Crows song, play a good one.
Yeah.
I love your Counting Crows songs.
Yeah. Should do Mr. Jones instead of...
That one night.
Yeah.
But no, Ted's right, because I'm the same way. I love a lot of, obscure B-side stuff, old country stuff. And, yeah, I think the biggest thing you can do is, if you're taking requests, don't be afraid to play something that's outside your comfort zone and butcher it. they're gonna appreciate you for trying, and they're gonna carry the tune anyways.
There you go.
And they're gonna throw $20 in your tip jar.
There you go. All right, Bob.
Okay, Music Bob. I'm originally from Iowa, also Cedar Rapids. And I run a local music site called Tahoemusic.Live, and it would be a big help to me if you guys would check and see if you're on it, because Ted'll make a joke and add a decoration to your name, and because the interface from Schedulefly isn't it doesn't have a logical key, too geeky. If he changes your name, you fall off my site. And it also why when first timers are coming on, and they send me their picture, they send me their name, but they're not in Schedulefly yet, I can't finish the job because I don't know what name he's going to put into them on Schedulefly that I have to leverage to figure out who they are.
Yeah, just point so Bob does that for free, and we're getting a lot, a few hundred hits a day, right?
I haven't checked. I intentionally, it's an information only site. When we first started doing it, I said I'll do it as long as it's not monetized. I didn't want ads on it. I just wanted it to be information only, no feedback. Nobody can write you a bad review. I ain't yelled it. It's just who's playing, where, when.
Yeah, and it's cool, and so a lot of people are looking at it, quite a few. So make sure you're on there.
It always blows me away how actually what blows me away even more is how ardent the fans of the site really are. I was in here one night and there were 5, kind of 20-something professionals from San Francisco, and they found out that I did the site, and they went, "That's you! We spend hours on the chairlift every day deciding where we're going to go to dinner." And it was
so cool.
Cool! Somebody's looking at my site.
That's awesome. Thank you, Bob. All right, Will.
Hey, my name's Will. I'm originally from LA, partially raised in the Midwest as well. My advice, I've been playing professionally, I would say, since I've been on the road for 10 years now. And one thing that has helped me in my journey has been just trusting my art and trusting, doing what you love, which is what we all do here, which is it's a really, really amazing space to be a part of. And that's something that has kept me going through a lot of good times and bad times, So
yeah, and Will's impressive. He's living in his RV, traveling around back and forth, and now he has a van and it. So it's he's really a great addition to the scene. So thanks, man.
appreciate it.
All right. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I'm Jake. I actually grew up in Fallon, Nevada. Don't need to brag. I don't know if you
Nice.
Don't go. But yeah, Green Wave, you know about it. But I lived in Portland, LA, New York, Boston, played music in those places too. So that's mine. I think my favorite thing, probably I would just say get stickers. People love stickers.
Yeah.
People don't like business cards. Fans will get stickers. We get people always asking. I always bring stickers with me. So I actually play with my brother's nanny. She watches his twins, and so it's Uncle Jake and the nanny. Yeah. We have people keep coming back because they have the sticker. And they remember who it is. So.
Hey, you got a good duo going. That's fun.
So
yeah.
fun.
Cool. And we made stickers for the band, and I stupidly put QR codes for Spotify and our Venmo, but they don't work. So there's 5,000 worthless stickers. So don't do that.
Nowhere.
Make sure your QR codes work.
Yeah. And you guys can grab pizza if you're hungry while we're doing this. Let's go ahead, you guys.
My name is Randy. My wife Teresa. I've been in Tahoe 50 plus years. Yeah, I'm probably the newest in the group. I'm just trying to get my sea legs out there. As a matter of fact, I've taken some lessons from Roger and working with Mark at Harris.
Nice.
I've been an MC for 40 years at Harris. So my favorite thing is to work the crowd. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how to play, sing, and work the crowd at the same time. So
Yeah.
I don't have the talent you guys have, but if I had to say my strength, it's working the crowd. And so I always try to, no matter what I'm doing, is welcome people when they walk through the door, if I can,
Brilliant.
if it's applicable, and
Yeah.
thank them for coming.
Yeah.
Because that's what they remember. Especially, you know, as an MC, that's what they're looking for. As a musician, we tend to pull back in
Yeah.
and just do our stuff. But
No.
thanking somebody for coming, even if it's for 10 minutes, that's what'll bring you back.
Yeah, that's brilliant. And Bob and I have talked about this. Like, I'm a big into all the shtick and like, and hey, thank you so much, and blah blah blah. And you know, a kid gives a tip. I always say, evidence of great parenting, you know, or whatever. You have all these little things, and I've had people come up and say, "You're the best act I've ever seen." And Bob and I are like,
You gotta get out.
okay, yeah, right. Like, but to them, that connection was as good as, you know, some of these other guys that are, you know, shredders and
Yeah.
really good, you know. So their perception is their reality. So you make them feel welcome, and they had fun, and you played whatever song they wanted to sing along to. That's a win.
May I comment?
Yeah.
Yeah, the importance of showmanship and engaging the audience, because I'm always on this side of the microphone, and we all want it that way. And just when you learn how to engage with the audience, whatever your style is, it makes a huge difference for everybody's enjoyment.
Yeah. Okay, Mark.
Mark Sheets. I originally come from Southern California. Been here since 1979. I work at also my regular job is work at the RVs for Harrah's stage crew. Work with these guys sometimes, and you know, I don't have any comments or advice about performance, but I have one suggestion though, is if you don't have contact information on Schedulefly, like email or your cell phone, that's kind of it makes it difficult. You should be accessible, because if I look on Schedulefly, or if somebody takes one of my shifts and then I have something to say to them, I go, oh, I'll just get his number, and then I look, no contact information. I go, well,
Yeah.
is he like on
Right. Yeah.
I would say that's
Right.
witness protection.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Because that comes up, you know, from time to time.
Yeah.
And I always wonder about, as a guy, being out in public, and yet,
Yeah. Well, and they're not getting any of the notifications either, probably, or maybe email. And your wife, are you a musician also, or?
No, just a support.
Okay,
We've
but
had an entertainment company since '97.
okay. Well, you probably got a piece of advice for us, like.
Again, I think the whole thing is engaging.
That connection, yeah.
We used to do a gig with Steve Walker and his band
Okay.
on the cruise, on the ships when they went across to,
Cool.
you know, for the ski stuff.
Yeah.
And it was fun, because we would be doing other events going on with our casino events and things like that.
Right.
But Randy would always tie in with Steve and make the crowd sing along, and then we'd give
Yeah.
them an extra $500. I mean, just, again,
Yeah.
connecting.
Uh,
And Steve said, I never had so much fun either, you know.
That's
because it was
critical.
just a fun
Yeah.
way to connect and
Nice.
and do that, so. that's
All right. Well, you're in. Let's come back up here, Kevin.
I'm Kevin, originally from Mill Valley, California, and I did music in high school, and then I got a real job after that, being a math teacher and software and stuff, and now, since we moved up here, I'm rediscovering how fun it is to play, so I'm very blessed and privileged to be with all of you. God bless you. His
Right on.
advice, learn inversions. Sometimes if you're around, I'll show you what I do, but it smooths out your bass line. So you can do like a descending bass line. You play all the chords, but it's a smoother transition to that. So